There are two great loves of mine, post-apocalyptic fiction and real-time strategy games, but the two will only meet once in a blue moon. However, in 2010 I had heard about a post-apocalyptic RTS coming out soon on Steam, and I bought it on release because of the concept alone. The name of the game was APOX, which is actually shorthand for the full title, A Pox Upon the House of Anyone Who Actually Bought It. To say this game is lackluster is a bit of an understatement. When it was first released, the game had no single player content outside of a few tutorial levels and a skirmish mode against bots. I'm guessing the target experience was to create a multiplayer heavy game that prides itself on being able to support 32 players in one match. But good luck trying to find 32 players playing this game at one time. Also, rather disappointing to me was the lack of diverse factions, or different factions of any kind. All units in the game are the exact same for all teams, the only difference being a reskin between yourself and your enemy, which you can't even choose yourself. The game looks okay graphically, but that's really about it. A lot of the sounds are quite stock and generic, and the minor voice work for units is quite bland. The gameplay is pretty average for an RTS as well, gameplay feeling a little clunky at times. The resource system, however, is one thing that I did like. It's mainly scavenger based, where you capture structures on the map that give you a specific type of resource, or looting the corpses of allies and foes. It's one of the few things that actually makes the game feel post-apocalyptic. Sometime after the release of the game, the developers added in a story campaign as DLC, which naturally I avoided like an old friend after an awkward falling out. But when I was looking through my post-apocalyptic games for this series, I found that two of the missions with the story were actually playable without buying the DLC. So we just had to see what kind of story they managed to cobble together. The game gives us an expositionary prologue video to get us in the mood, which really lives up to what they've already presented so far. You know what, I'll just show you.
The end of the world happened so long ago, nobody even remembers how it began. My name is James Kane. My father raised me as a fighter, taught me how to survive in this wasteland controlled by gangs. Here, the strong live and the weak die. He was strong and wise, and he attracted followers. Growing up with him, I felt safe. By the time I was a man, we had gathered a following. For the first time, I understood what a community was. He called us the United Earth Stand.
Wow, that's a really stupid name, but I'm sure they have a good reason for it.
As long as we were united, the Earth would still stand.
Okay, fuck this. I'm out. Hey guys, thanks for sitting through what is hopefully the first edition of a series of reviews I plan on doing on similar work such as this. Hopefully better. In the meantime, you can check out some of my previous videos, which you can access by clicking on the annotations on screen. Thank you very much, and I shall see you next time.